Have you ever had one of those days where from the moment you open your eyes, the world seems to be conspiring against your peace? The coffee spills, the traffic is a nightmare, your boss sends a passive-aggressive email, a stranger is rude to you for no reason. And with each little event, you can feel it, a heat rising in your chest, a tension in your jaw. Your thoughts start to race, spinning narratives of injustice, and before you know it, you're hijacked. Your entire day is ruined, your mood is toxic, and you end up saying or doing things you later regret. We've all been there. We think, if only people would be nicer, if only things would go my way, then I could be at peace. But what if I told you that's the greatest lie your mind tells you? What if the source of your anger, your frustration, bothered by everything, isn't out there in the world, but in here? And what if you could learn a way of thinking, an ancient protocol that would make you virtually immune to these external triggers? To build a fortress within yourself so strong that no insult, no setback, no chaos could ever breach its walls. This isn't a fantasy. This was the lived reality of Roman emperors, Greek philosophers, and slaves, not in changing their circumstances, but in mastering their minds. This is Stoicism. And today, we are going to master the one thing you need to never be angry or bothered by anyone or anything ever again. Deep philosophical or psychological insight. The dichotomy of control. The entire foundation of this unshakable peace rests on a single. It's the bedrock of Stoic philosophy, articulated perfectly by the former slave-turned-philosopher Epictetus. He said, "Some things are within our power, while others are not. Within our power are opinion, motivation, desire, aversion, and, in a word, whatever is of our own doing. Not within our power are our body, our property, our reputation, our office, and in a not of our own doing." This is the dichotomy of control, the ultimate sorting mechanism for every single event in your life. Let's break it down, because most people get this wrong. They think it's about what you can and can't influence, but it's deeper than that. It's about what is truly and absolutely yours and what is not. What is within your control? Your judgments and opinions about your values and your character, your desires and your aversions, your intentions and your efforts, your actions and your reactions. In short, your mind, your inner world. What is outside your control? The past and the future. The actions and opinions of other people. Your reputation, what people say about you. The weather, the economy, traffic jams. Some of your efforts, whether you get the promotion, win the game, or succeed in your venture. Sickness, pain, and ultimately, death. In short, everything else, the entire external world. Now here is the critical insight, the source of all our suffering. We spend our lives trying to control the uncontrollable while neglecting the one thing we have absolute sovereignty. Our own mind. You try to control what your colleague thinks of you. You can't. You get angry at the rain for ruining your picnic. You can't stop the rain. You obsess over the outcome of a job interview. You controlled your preparation, your resume, your performance, but you do not control the final decision. And every time you attach your happiness, your self-worth, your peace to something outside, you hand over the keys to your inner citadel. You make yourself a slave to externals. You give every person and every random event a remote control to your emotions. The Stoic goal is to reverse this, to build that inner citadel so strong that you only concern yourself with what is yours. This is the master key. This is the protocol. Let's make this practical. Let's see how this protocol works in the trenches. I'll give you 3 common scenarios. Scenario 1, the traffic jam. You're running late for an important meeting. You're stuck in bumper-to-bumper traffic. The clock is ticking. The default reaction? Anger, frustration. You pound the steering wheel. You curse the other drivers, the city planners, the universe. Your body is flooded with cortisol. You arrive at the meeting flustered, stressed, and already defeated. Now, let's apply the dichotomy of, is the traffic within my control? No, it is an external event. I cannot wish it away. What is within my control? My judgment about the traffic, my reaction. So we reframe. The Stoic doesn't see a disaster. They see a neutral event. The traffic is just traffic. It is not good or bad. It just is. My judgment that it is bad is what causes my suffering. Sphere of control in this moment is, I can take a deep breath. I can accept that this is the current reality. I can use this time, maybe to listen to an audiobook, to plan my day, or simply to practice being patient. I can call ahead and let them know I'll be late. I can decide to walk into that meeting calm and collected despite the delay. The event didn't change, but your relationship to it did. You went from being a victim to the master of your response. Scenario 2, the insult or criticism. Someone insults you. They question your competence, your intelligence, your character. The immediate, primal reaction is to lash out, to defend, to return the insult. The heat of shame and anger is instantaneous. Protocol activation, dichotomy of control. Are the words coming out of someone else's mouth within my control? Absolutely not. Their opinions, their baggage, their need to lash out, that is their inner world, their problem. What is within my control? My judgment of their words. My decision whether their opinion defines me. Marcus Aurelius, the most powerful man in the world, would write reminders to himself in his private journal. You can strip away many of the superfluous troubles laid upon you, for they lie entirely in your own judgment. And 10,000 men is of no value if they know nothing about the subject. So you pause. You don't react. You ask, is this criticism true? If it is, and it's useful, thank them. They have given you a gift of feedback. If it is false, why should it bother you? It's as meaningful as a dog barking in the distance. You wouldn't get into a shouting match with a dog. Why would you with a person governed by their own ignorance? You realize the insult cannot actually touch you unless you do so. You refuse to be insulted. As Eleanor Roosevelt said, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. The Stoics said it better and first. Scenario 3, the major setback, loss of a job, a project failure. This feels like a direct attack on your identity, your security. The default reaction? Despair, panic, a feeling that your world is ending. Why is this happening to me? Protocol, dichotomy of control. Was the final outcome entirely within my control? Market forces, a manager's decision, a client's change of heart. These are externals. What was within my control? The work you put in, the effort you gave, the integrity with which you acted, your preparation. That was your province, and you owned it. The Stoic focuses on the process, not just the outcome. Did I do my best? Did I act with virtue, with courage, wisdom, justice, and self-discipline? If the answer is yes, then I can hold my head high regardless of the result is in the hands of fate, or God, or randomness. My character is mine. Seneca, who faced exile and immense political pressure, wrote, "A setback has often cleared the way for greater prosperity. Many things have fallen only to rise to more exalted heights." You can't see the future. What looks like a catastrophe might be the redirection you needed. Your job is not to curse the obstacle, but to accept it and ask, given this new reality, what are control now? Update the resume, network, learn a new skill,
rest. The setback becomes a new starting point, not a tombstone. Practical steps or advice. Building your inner citadel. Understanding the theory is one thing. Living it is another. This is a mental muscle that must be trained daily. Here is your training regimen, your practical steps to embody this protocol.
Step 1. The morning, the mental armor. Every morning, before you engage with the world, take 5 minutes. Sit in silence and consciously remind yourself of the dichotomy of control. Say to yourself, today I will meet with interfering, ungrateful, violent, treacherous, envious, and unsociable people. But I myself cannot be angry with any of them, for we are made for cooperation. To be obstructed by them is against nature, a form of self-imposed suffering, adapted from Marcus Aurelius. Visualize the challenges of your day, the difficult person, the tedious task, the potential for delay, and rehearse applying the protocol. This is outside my control. I will focus only on my response. You are putting on your mental armor before the battle of the day begins. Step 2. The evening review, the debrief. At the end of the day, take another 5 minutes. Review your actions. Ask yourself, where did I invest my energy in things outside my control? When did I surrender my peace today? Did I successfully apply the dichotomy and maintain my calm? Be honest, but not judgmental. This isn't self-flagellation, it's a debrief. I got angry in traffic. I see that I judged it as a personal offense. Tomorrow, I will remember it is just traffic. This is how you learn and improve. Step 3. Practice voluntary discomfort. This sounds counterintuitive, but it's crucial. Periodically, deliberately make yourself take a cold shower, skip a meal, wear a simpler outfit, sleep on a firmer mattress. Why? To prove to yourself that you can be okay without perfect external conditions. You are training your aversion muscle. You are showing your mind that discomfort is not a catastrophe. When real, involuntary discomfort comes, and it will be prepared. You've already faced worse by choice. Step 4. Relabel the button. This is your in-the-moment tool. When you feel that trigger of anger or frustration, pause. Before you speak, before you act, take one breath. In that breath, consciously relabel the event. Instead of "this is a disaster," say, "this is a test of my character." Instead of "he is ruining my day," say, "he is presenting me with an opportunity to practice patience." Instead of "this shouldn't be happening," say, "this is happening." Proceed with wisdom. You are changing the narrative in real time, pulling the event from the category of threat into the category of training. This is not a quick fix. It is a lifelong practice, a path. There will be days you fail. You will lose your temper. You will get hooked by a triviality. That's okay. The point is not perfection, but direction. Are you, on average, becoming more resilient? Are the intervals between your storms of emotion getting longer? Mastering this become a robot devoid of feeling. It means you become the master of your feelings, not their slave. You experience joy, but not mania. You experience sadness, but not despair. You feel anger, but it becomes a signal to act with justice, not a justification for rage. You begin to see the world with new eyes. The rude person is no longer a monster, but a wounded soul, ignorant of the good. The setback is no longer a punishment, but a training exercise designed by the universe itself to make you stronger. You stop trying to calm the storm outside because you know that's a fool's errand. Instead, calm yourself, and the storm, no matter how fierce, becomes manageable. You build your inner citadel, stone by stone, with every conscious judgment, every controlled reaction, every moment of accepted hardship. And one day, you'll look out at the chaos of the world,
and you'll realize something profound. You are no longer in the chaos. You are the calm at the center of it. You are the observer, the master, the Stoic. The world will throw everything it has at you, but it has nothing that can truly harm your mind unless you let it. Master this. Again, be truly angry or bothered by anyone or anything. If this resonated with you and you want to go deeper, I have 2 calls to action. First, subscribe to the channel. We explore these ideas every week, breaking down the ancient art of living for the modern world. And second, if you're ready for a more structured practice, join our free Stoic Minds newsletter. I send out a weekly email with a single powerful Stoic insight and a practical exercise to help you build your resilience. The link is in the description below. Thank you for watching. Remember, it's not what happens to you, but how you respond. Now go build your citadel.